I'll tell you what, folks, the saddest and most upsetting story I've read in the last few days is that one about, is it Sarah Sharif? I think it is. You may have read about it, you may not. If you haven't, I'll tell you all about it, and I'm sure you'll remember the case. That's the young girl, I think she was 10 years of age. I think her parents, and I think, is it the brother of the dad or brother of the mother, between them have killed her a good few months ago. They killed her, they did a runner to Pakistan. I think one of the grandparents was hiding them from the authorities. Anyway, in the end, I think they've been brought back to book, and they're in court as we speak for a sad, sad death. She's a 10-year-old young girl, and I think one of the issues they had with her, she wanted to be more westernised than they wanted it to be. I think, if memory serves, but I might be wrong on that. I'll put the bins on for this bit. I won't be wrong on the rest. I'm pretty sure. Some of these things I'm going to tell you are just my thoughts. I don't think I'll be wrong on them. Some Asian ladies and gentlemen especially might think I am, but I'm not, or certainly not in my eyes. Some people might class me as racist. Well, I'm not, because all my sympathies are for this poor little girl, and when all's said and done, the little girl's Asian. I think she's been treated abominably. So Sarah, her father, they killed her, I think. They run off on a plane to Pakistan. Her father rang the police a couple of days later, it turns out, and said, I've killed my daughter. He said, what I've done is I've legally punished her, and she died. Yes, she died, but it was legal. You know, I was the father, I was allowed to do it. He said, I didn't mean to kill her, but I just lost it. All right. So it wasn't smacking her bum or smacking her legs. It went a little bit further than that, didn't it? Now, some folk out there don't believe in smacking or any kind of punishment for kiddies. Well, I'm of an age where I've grown up with it, and I'm not really in your camp there. I can understand at times a parent, to an extent, punishing a child. I know a lot can't, but obviously there's differences all the way. What I can't understand is any parent from any race or religion beating their own child up, especially a child of 10 who just can't fight back. Turns out that when the coroners looked into things, the injuries that the young girl has suffered are going over weeks and weeks and weeks. They found broken bones, they found bruising, they found burns. Burns, is that punishing your child? I've never thought, oh, my kid has done this or that wrong, let me get a cigarette and just put it on the leg or whatever else. I mean, burns, that's torture, that's not punishing, that's torturing a 10-year-old child. So they've tortured this kiddie. You know, this kiddie's had nothing left to give and just sadly died. Then they've run off to Pakistan. They've been brought back, and what's happening now is they're all in court and they're all turning on one another. You know, you've got one person going against another person, sometimes one person going against two people. And I think what the prosecution is saying, look, these three people have lived in that house for months and months and months all together, whilst this kiddie was being systematically beaten or tortured, however you want to look at it. So they've all known about it. They may all have taken part, although that's hard to prove, but they've all known about it. And the fact that they've all known about it, in the prosecution's eyes, makes them all guilty, because any single one of them could have gone and reported the others, but didn't do. Any single one of them could have stayed over here rather than run off to Pakistan, but they didn't do. And I just think it's just shameful. You know, and what I will say is this, maybe this makes me sound racist, this should not happen in our country. It doesn't matter where these people are born or what religion they have. They shouldn't be allowed to do this in our country, because we don't do this. That doesn't mean say I agree with them doing it anywhere else. They shouldn't be doing it in Pakistan or India or anywhere for that matter. This shouldn't happen. These young kiddies, young children, 10 years of age, beating them up and killing them and torturing them. So the father thinks he's legally punished her. I wish somebody could legally punish him the same way that he's punished her, and to his death, and burn him and everything else. We can't do that because we're a civilised country, aren't we? We can't do that. I wish to goodness we could. I really, really do. I wish them parents could go through what that little girl went through. Shocking. It's shameful. And if you're foreign folks and you come on here telling me that I'm wrong and the parents should be able to do what they want to do to the children, I'm sorry, I've got no time for you. No time whatsoever. Sad. Really, really, really sad. Disgusting at the same time as well, really.